Now on the ticket of the NPP, I have said time without number that if you look at the levels of disenchantment, the disillusionment, how many Ghanaians, if you look at all the indices point to Ghanaians being worse off now than they were in 2016. If you pay regard, for example, to the unemployment rate, which is at an all-time high of 14.7%, you pay regard to the fact that for the first time in the history of our country, we are going through a debt exchange program. People are being forced to take financial haircuts, whether you are bad like those of us here or not. You are forced to take those haircuts. Many, many people, including pensioner bondholders, senior citizens, cannot have access to their own life savings, monies they have worked for, toiled for. Never in the history of our country have so many people been pushed down the poverty line. If you read the latest multi-dimensional poverty report, with 1/3 of our population officially declared to be multi-dimensionally poor, and you look at the economic indices, look at the debt situation, at a point, the debt to GDP ratio exceeded 100%. Do you remember the last time we saw anything like that in living memory? You have a situation where the currency is consistently the worst performing currency in the world. Who would have thought that the CD, which was 1:4 with the dollar, will now be in the region of 16. Who will have imagined? So you have somebody who was presented to us as an economic whiz kid, who himself is so embarrassed about our economic situation that he has pivoted, totally jettisoned the economy, and is self-styling, now masquerading as a digitalization expert. Meanwhile, that is not how he was presented to us. We were not told that he was coming in as a communications minister. But suddenly, he has had to run for cover because he cannot stand up to his own abysmal performance, which clearly embarrasses him. It's so obvious that he is so embarrassed that he will prefer to be far removed from the economy. And if you listen to his own campaign message, it's so ridiculous. I am in government now. I'm doing things to you that I wouldn't do when I return in government. But for now, I'll keep doing them to you. I'll keep imposing taxes. As for the e-levy, you keep paying. The huge governments, the bloated government, the huge expenditure, the state capture, the great loot and share, it will continue. But believe me, that when I come back into government, I will adopt a different path. I mean, they have no respect for us. They think we are not discerning. They think that we are not logical beings. I have never seen such an incongruous, such an illogical campaign in my life. So I have no doubt that what is happening in other countries is going to happen here, no matter who is chosen as running mate. It is clear to me that this ticket has become a ticket of dishonesty, lots of lies, That's how Bawumia has become noted for in our country, unfortunately, a paragon of deception.
You know, I've done a fact check on that, and I don't think that holds.
So,
but I'll let you continue.
So it's become a ticket of dishonesty and arrogance. A very toxic mix. Really toxic mix. So toxic. Listen to Ghanaians all over. Go on social media. Listen to the average Ghanaian. A toxic mix. Deception and arrogance. That's what this ticket is about. I mean, I don't remember Napo for saying anything inspirational. I mean, all the things I remember about him, horrible things. The last time we Volta MPs were outraged that our sea defense project, in a year that we had suffered a major disaster, people had lost their livelihoods, all their belongings, houses had been submerged by the tides in coastal Volta across the Anglo Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And we were demanding that we cannot be left out. We are also taxpayers. We are also citizens. Mm-hmm. This is a major disaster. Why have you not made an allocation in the budget for the Keta Sea Defense Project? He told us in the face that if the finance minister listens to us, he will lead a demonstration against that allocation. Really? These are the things I remember him for. Incendiary remarks, insensitive remarks. I mean, the height of arrogance. How is he going to campaign in those parts of the country? How is he going to campaign the Volta region when he thinks that we don't deserve
he was there recently
that we don't deserve a sea defense project?
To you know, commemorate some of your events.
We also remember him not too long ago at the height of Dumso, which is one of his legacies.
You're in Muhammad's Dumso or
Napo's Dumso, when Ghanaians were up in arms. Insisting that this Dumsiesi deception should stop and that give us a timetable. What did he tell Ghanaians?
But the lights are on now.
He looked Ghanaians in the face.
The lights are on.
He looked Ghanaians in the face. And instead of apologizing,
temporary.
Instead of apologizing, see how many times when the NDC was in power, leadership will apologize, will empathize with the people, will show the people respect.
The lights are back on.
You know, his mindset is that he's doing us a favor in leadership. That he's some God. He's doing us a favor. Mm-hmm. Told us that we should go and draw our own timetables. This is somebody you say is humble.
No, listen.
I mean, is that leadership? Is that servant leadership? To look Ghanaians in the face and tell us that, look, stop disturbing me, stop worrying me. If you like, go and draw your own timetable.
That is a misrepresentation.
We all heard him. The video is there.
No.
You didn't watch the video?
That is a misrepresentation.
You didn't watch the video?
No, what he said was that...
They should play the video. They should play the video.
What he said, and I remember vividly, that
what did he say?
This current trouble is not like Muhammad's trouble. That's what he said. And
you didn't hear him say we should go and draw our own timetable?
No.
Are we? Do we work at ECG? Are we the
video in the background?
No. You don't need to play this. What I'm saying is that.
So don't interrupt him.
No.
If you don't want us to watch the video, then let's.
My point is that the lights are back.
If you create a situation of doubt, then we must resolve it.
No, I'm saying the lights are back.
Should we play the video?
It's temporary.
Do you want to watch the video?
Ghanaians have seen it. It is temporary.
Okay, Doug, let's see.
And we have the lights on.
So, I mean, who does that?
The lights are back on.
When you are minister, you are the people's servant.
He is. And he will continue to serve
serving
Ghana.
the people.
And he will continue.
You are not some monarch. Small
So
god.
do you take his boldness to be monarchical in a way?
Look, I know many bold people, many assertive people, like Professor Nana Jenopoku Ajima, who I've worked closely with. They don't talk like this. Why? I mean,
I think you misjudge.
To be
You
bold,
misjudge.
to be bold, you have to be insulting. You have to be incendiary. You have to be condescending. Is that what boldness is?
I don't think
You can be bold, you can be assertive, you can be courageous, but still have respect for the people who have put you in office.
Oh, I think you misjudge him.
The utter disrespect, utter disrespect, the total disregard for the dignity of the people who have the real power is what we are discussing here.
Oh.
And that is what disgusts me about his statements.
No.
You remember, I'm not done.
Really?
You remember what he said about complaints that they have to invest in infrastructure in the secondary schools, that public toilets are not adequate.
Oh, but he was doing a lot. And he's done a lot.
You remember what he said?
If you go to Adisadel now,
It's too early. It's
many
too
schools.
early. It's too early in the morning. I don't want to remind people about that polythene bag statement that he made.
Oh,
You know,
oh.
and these videos are all over the place. Horrible, horrible statements.
Off the
Appalling
cuff.
statements.
Off the cuff.
I mean, whether off the cuff, off the script. Why do you talk like that? Why? Why should you be so, reckless?
But
Why?
just not to cut you.
Why?
At some point in time,
Doc,
not to cut him, not to
Doc,
cut him.
just allow him to finish.
You see,
You know-
this your
you know-
intervention.
No.
It's making
I'm
your
just-
case
no,
work.
There's just
allow
something
him.
small.
Doc, just allow him.
If you allow me,
No, just
Doc,
take notes. You take notes. Take
you know,
notes.
we almost thought this with Ken
No,
during the
take notes.
presidential
Take notes, take
campaign.
Just take notes.
But
I'll give
surprisingly,
you an opportunity to say
surprisingly, people like Ken for his, oration and some of the things he said off the cuff, which
we
were contentious.
everything. We thank you for
So,
that.
I mean, you got to love Dapo for some of these things. You got to love him.
I am not going to love any leader who looks me in the face and tells me to go and draw my own timetable when I'm not the ECG boss, when I'm not the Gridco boss. I won't love that leader. You won't force me to
This
love
is
that
comical.
You
the
will
way
not.
you're serious about
You
this.
would not.
But the lights are
cannot
back.
force me.
The lights are back.
Apart
he's turned the lights
apart
back
from the fact that I'm not gay and can't be loving a man, I'm not going to be.
No,
I'm not going. I'm
political
not,
love.
I'm not going to be.
Political
I'm
love.
not. I'm not going to be moved by that. These are the statements. These are the conduct.
And you see, he's a member of parliament like you
that
and me.
gave all of us, the political class.
We are parliamentarians.
That is why I am.
The fraternity.
That is why I'm appalled.
Look, our viewers are not enjoying.
Oh,
the
sorry.
interruption.
Am I interrupting?
Yes, you are.
Sorry.
And rudely so.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Carry on.
So look,
I'm actually enjoying your points. Carry on.
Dr.
Doc, you have a
Ablakwa,
pen and a paper. You want an extra paper?
No, I said I'm enjoying his
No,
commentary.
I just want you to write.
Okay, I'll zip it. Carry on.
Okay. Fortunately, because you're a doctor, we can't even read your handwriting. If we want to even spy on the paper, so feel free and
But I'm sure he can read Napo's handwriting. He's an executive doctor.
there's a line in the Lord's Prayer
Carry on.
which talks about lead me not into temptation.
Temptation.
All right.
Clearly,
I'm zipping.
Doctor
I'm zipping.
woke up this
Son of
morning
mine.
to
Carry on.
attempt to present an angel to us, somebody we've known all these years. You see, what people forget is that we are constantly being assessed right from when you enter public office. You are like an open book. So if suddenly you want to present differently, become an angel, start kneeling all over the place, and getting Dr. Dumaku Kisi and others to come and, whitewash you. We have, in our memory, in our recesses, a clear idea. Look, all of us, we are constantly being assessed as we come on this show. What we say in Parliament, what we do, our mannerisms, our gestures, our speeches, whether written or off the cuff, whatever you describe it. The people are constantly watching us. You can't suddenly tell us that we should put years and decades of what you yourself have given us, how you have presented to us. As doctors, that is how people present. What they tell you, the conditions you see.
Best appearance.
That is what you treat. It's not about, some wishy-washy attempt at rebranding overnight that the people are going to fall for. Nobody is going to fall for that. So, look, we say, bring the ticket on. We in the NDC are very, very, excited about these tickets.
Yeah.
This deception and arrogance ticket. Very, very excited about it. Look, there are so many unresolved scandals under his watch.
Really?
They are all going to come up. The Masset 75 million Ghana cedis scandal. It is going to come back. I mean, I don't forget anything. I don't, my brother. 68.5 million photocopy of Wasi Pasco is going to come up. All these scandals are going to come up. We're going to delve into them. So we are not.
So you're going to drop the hotel issue and then focus.
No. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We are not dropping any of the scandals. We will delve into all of them. So, I mean, look, if somebody who probably was more inspiring, more refreshing, not a divisive figure, more conciliatory, has respected everybody, has conducted himself or herself, with more grace and more respect towards the Ghanaian people. Probably you say that there is an attempt to shore up, if you like, the flag bearers' fortunes, because what many political analysts do with these choices is that you want to see how the choice can augment, how it can, really shore up the ticket. From what we see, this is a ticket that's going to bring down the whole ticket. I don't see, already this was a very flat, falling, campaign. Yeah, a curve that's going downhill.
Now he's doing infographics.
And clearly this choice is going to even exacerbate the crisis. You're going to see
downward spiral,
a very sharp decline in your fortunes. And I will conclude by saying that for we in the NDC, we remain focused. We hold the view that public perception about politics, about governance in this country is at an all-time low. And we are not the only ones saying that. If you look at all the statistics, you read the latest Afrobarometer, many Ghanaians are so disillusioned.
Disenchanted.
They are disenchanted. And they are horrified about the kind of leadership at play, the levels of arrogance, the levels of looting, of state capture, and the stonewalling when you even demand accountability. And this election is a battle for the soul of the nation. Many Ghanaians are saying that former President Mahama must come and rescue us. And this election is also about punishing impunity. As you have seen the people in the UK do, Ghanaians want to repeat that, even on a larger scale. When you look at all the polls,
we are hoping against that.
I haven't seen any poll where Bawumia is doing anything above 38%. So the Ghanaian people are resolved. After all the hardship, after all the disrespect, telling us to go and draw our own timetables, telling us we can go to hell anytime we demand accountability. A president who does not say what he means and doesn't mean what he says. A flag bearer noted more for his deception, as ABA Fuseni famously said. Even when he greets you, good morning, you have to really look at the direction of the sun and be sure exactly what time of day it is. So it is not really about how arrogant your running mate is or how bombastic you think he can be
He's vibrant.
on the
That's
campaign
the word
platform.
He's very vibrant.
And how many more insults he can pour on Ghanaians, the venom, the vituperation. It's not about that. Ghanaians need a break from this 8 years of horror, these 8 years of pain, these 8 years of anguish. Ghanaians want salvation. And that is what the Mahama Nana Opoku-Agyeman ticket promises. And we will continue on that path of listening to the people. You will never hear President Mahama or Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman tell the Ghanaian people, go and draw your own timetable. If you demand a Keta Sea defense project, we'll demonstrate against you. Go and look for polythene bags, you know, and all of those horrible statements that these your leaders are noted for. We'll continue with their character of decency, of grace, of respect to the electorate and to the larger citizenry. And we hope that our hard work, we are not complacent at all. We are going to continue to work hard. We are going to continue to present a platform of change, a platform to do things differently, to love the country. If we could just love the country a little more, you know, than we love ourselves, you know, grabbing for ourselves like there's no tomorrow. If we can just stop the rot, just depart, you know, from the greed and the self-aggrandizement. I believe that the potential of this country, God has blessed us so much. I mean, what don't we have? Virtually every year we are discovering a new natural resource. It's now lithium, you know. What don't we have? And yet, all the things we have been squandered. I'm so embarrassed looking at the numbers. Ivory Coast is going to do 2 million metric tons of cocoa. Cocoa prices at an all-time high. But we have totally destroyed cocoa board. They can't even do a syndication now. We'll be lucky to even do 500,000. When we were doing 1 million metric tons, when President Mahama was in charge of this country. So there's been a total decay, total retrogression in national affairs. And that cannot continue. And it's like they're rubbing it in your face. You know, they'll tell you even more incendiary stuff, you know, when you tell them to watch it. So I can't wait for December 7th. I can't wait for us to continue to deepen the engagements, campaign interactions with the Ghanaian people. And we'll keep it real, we'll keep it honest. We will not tell them what we cannot do. We will not present ourselves as messiahs when we are not. And we hope that our strategy at the end of the day is really about our country, that we can rescue this country and move this nation forward.
All right.